Hey, hello everybody. Good morning. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. We've got two really fun cards. We hopefully you can see kind of the fun layout. These cards are created using a sketch. Kind of fun to change things up and use a sketch. We've got two cards. They've got a lot of funness. I think that's a word. It is today. Uh, they're on the inside. Let me go ahead and switch myself over here. Good morning. I've got Brenda here. Christina's sort of here. She's half here. She is. She's mostly okay.
She's mostly okay.
She is homesick,
Oh,
but
Yes.
she's at least on her computer. That's why we have a really cute picture of her. You don't want to see her right now.
No, you don't. It's not pretty.
She's not pretty. She is pretty, but yeah, she's had a rough few days. Picked up some kind of bug that's going around. So she is there over on Facebook. She will be answering your questions, and of course, the marvelous Miss Bren is there, and she is going to be answering your questions on YouTube.
good morning.
So good morning. You know, we always like to give everyone a chance to get on to the live, and so if you're watching the replay and you don't want to hear us chit chat for a while, no problem. Just scroll forward until you see my hands. But I'll tell you what, can I just take a quick minute here to say thank you so much to all of you. I have received so many cards. Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. It's been a pretty rough couple of months around here. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, my mom has been in and out of the hospital since July 9th. It has been rough. And every time she would go into the hospital, they find something new and totally different. But this third time's a charm, right? Third time's a charm. And they finally figured out what was really going on. Did a quick surgery, which she came out of with flying colors. And even in her groggy anesthetic, you know how you are when you come out of anesthesia. My sister and I, Mom, how you feeling? When she could finally talk, she goes, I don't feel nauseous. And we were like,
Oh, good.
God. That's the first time we had heard those words since first part of July. So that was huge. She is now out of the hospital, but she's in kind of a rehab facility because she's got to get her strength back. I'm telling you what, when you've been basically in bed for 6-7 weeks, yeah, it's gonna take some PT, some physical therapy to get her back. But can I just say thank you so much for the cards? Thank you for the emails, the words of encouragement, the prayers. Oh my gosh, they were so felt. And yeah, I mean, we've just been praising God that she is finally on this road to recovery. And again, I've had to miss some of the YouTube lives. One when she was in surgery, I'm like, I can't do this. And you guys have been so sweet. So many emails that said, Connie, family first. And I agree, family first. But we'll get all caught up with the lives again. And I'm so glad to be back. Can I show off my mug?
Sure.
I got the sweetest gift from Nancy and her daughter, Gabby.
I can't see it.
You can't. Okay. I'll tell you what it says.
Okay.
Have you ever had one of those days and somebody either sends you a card or a gift and it was just like you just break down in tears because you needed it so bad? This was one of those things. They sent this to me, my favorite color.
I see that.
Sometimes you forget you're awesome, so this is your reminder. Made my day. And so I've been drinking my coffee out of my awesome cup. So
that is awesome.
I did, not that I needed a reminder that I'm awesome necessarily, but I just needed to know everything was okay.
Yep.
And
yep.
they just blessed me.
What a nice gift.
Isn't it? That was just, yeah, what a great pick me up. And they knew I had been struggling. So Nancy and Gabby, thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Anyway, I'm loving my mug.
Oh, good.
With that, hope you're doing good, Bren.
Well, I was just telling Christina actually that I need a third job between my dog being at the vet and me getting asthma medication. I was like, oh, well, that's been an $800 week.
Yeah. So Bren we won't say how old, 29. She just found out she has asthma. 29.
Apparently, this chronic cough is asthma.
And let me tell you, those inhalers, oh man, because Rich had asthma as a kid. And
Yeah.
sometimes when he gets it, every once in a while, it'll flare up. So we have to go get a new inhaler. Woo!
Yeah, this
Nice
one.
little things.
This one, $339. So I'm hoping for a generic or some other option because I'm not going to do that every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So.
right. Well, Roxy's going to go woof. So go, Roxy. You're not going to interrupt. See, Christina's not here to help me. Sorry, let me get her out of here. Roxy, I am so sorry.
That's so funny. That's not like her.
All right, I tell you what, I'm going to flip my camera around.
Okay.
And I apologize. I don't know what is going on. Let me get myself set up here. All right, we're just going to enjoy the dog's bark. Who knows what she's barking at? Okay, are you guys ready to create? Now that we've had our chit chat time, but I've missed you guys, so I needed that too. We're going to actually start with this card here. If you recognize the colors, this was actually part of my color inspiration that I share on Mondays. And so I shared this card and I shared the colors, which is lemon lolly, crushed curry, and pecan pie. That was the colors of the color challenge. And so I decided to create a card with it. And we're going to create this one here. Here is the sketch. It's kind of small here. By the way, this download, you can get this for free. Just head over to simplysimplestamping.com and look for the August 22nd post. Or if you look down in the YouTube description, I've got a direct link to the blog post with this. Just look for the blue button that says grab your free download, because I'd love for you to have this. You'll have the sketch, the measurements, supply list, photos. And if you're in the United States, oh my gosh, these might be some stamp sets you want to get your hands on. And you can order by clicking this image. And you can order any of the supplies that I'm going to use today. You can order any of those right there. And I'd love to be your demonstrator. I appreciate the support. Let's create a card, shall we? All your measurements are in that download, but I'm going to start with a lemon lolly card base. And this is your classic 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. I have got a piece of crushed curry. This is a 4 by 5. And I'm going to go ahead and add this here to the inside of my card. And now let's talk about our pecan pie. Our pecan pie is also a 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm not sure that you guys can see it, but we did a little embossing on this one. I wanted to give that background a little something extra. So I've got the timber embossing folder. Now, when you use this embossing folder, you want to look, what direction do you want your wood grain to go? Because I've got a portrait card, I wanted my cardstock to go in that way. And through the magic of television, I've run that through my embossing folder and it looks like that. I'm going to now do what am I going to do? I'm going to do some die cutting, some stamping and some die cutting. And for this card, hearts and hugs. Such a cute set. This is an online exclusive, by the way. So you won't see this one. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. I think this is only available online. So you might not see it in the catalog. But this little hamster kind of stole my heart. Actually, they all did, right? Look at the little mouse holding the heart. So cute. But this hamster kind of really liked him. So we are going to be using, let me show you the dies we're going to use. We're going to use the hearts. We're going to use the hamster. And you get 4 flowers. So 2 of them are together. And then these are separate. So you got a lot of options. I'm going to use those. Oh, I'm going to use this banner. Oh, and look, okay, maybe I should just left them all on there because I'm going to use a lot of things. All right. Yeah.
I just have to say, looking at that stamp set, I've never seen such friendly badgers in my life.
Is it a badger?
I think so.
It's not a hamster?
Oh, no, not the hamster.
These badgers. I'm sorry.
I'm like, they're hugging. I've never seen nice badgers, but hey.
Well,
I'm going to look now.
Do we get badgers in Oklahoma? We probably
I don't
do.
know.
We
We
get
have a-
armadillos. They're kind of gross, but
We have them here, and they are kind of feisty little fella. Well,
okay. Well,
fellas,
it's
they're
good
not
to
little.
know that they can play nice.
And also, I just wanted to throw out a quick tip because
Yeah.
I'm looking at those little dies, and I have lost a few.
Yeah.
A little cup on your desk or a little magnet strip,
Yep.
so you don't lose them.
That's,
I spent hours the other day looking for a little die.
I shot a video yesterday, and I was telling Brenda that it was probably one of the worst videos I've ever shot in my life. If it could go wrong, it went wrong. And one of them is because I could not find a teeny tiny die. And it turned out the entire time it was actually on the sheet. I just didn't see it. And in this video, 20 minutes at least searching my stamp room for this tiny die that was there the whole time. So, all right, friends, here is what we're gonna do. Oh, I have lost my little piece. I had a little piece of lemon lolly that has gone away. Okay, friends, I cannot do this card without the lemon lolly. Brenda, can you entertain everyone while I go find another piece of lemon lolly cardstock?
I can do my best. Deb Sheets tells us that Harbor Freight sells magnetic trays. Thanks, Deb. That does help a lot because I think we have all been in the boat of losing a die, and that is really frustrating. I know when I was at Connie's one time, years ago at her old house, we went through the garbage hours looking for a die that she found months later stuck to the bottom of one of her supply boxes. So I was just saying,
always something.
Yeah, Deb Sheets just said that Harbor Freight sells magnetic trays that work great. So
that may be what I need to look at.
I'm going to Harbor Freight after we're done.
All right. Well, I can send my husband. He'll go, okay, I'll go. So you can see I've got, let's see, this piece of crushed curry. This piece is important that it is a 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is a scrap of some shy shamrock. I think it's a 2 by 2. And this, of course, is some scrap of some lemon lolly. I'm going to bring in a pecan pie. By the way, thank you for my little faux pas there. I promise I do really try to make sure I have all these things all set up before I get to going. I'm going to stamp sending a big hug, and I am going to bring in my die cutting machine. We want to die cut this banner. And you see I'm going off. I don't care. I'm really only concerned about this end. We're going to come back to him in a minute. So, you know what? I think we can do the mini machine. I don't get to always use my mini machine. So let's bring this in and do some die cutting. I'm going to try to read some comments here too, see what you guys are up to. Ellen says they're called tool holders. Amazon has a silicone. Oh, a silicone with magnets. Well, that would be cool too. This is the greatest thing about lives is that we get to kind of have this chat time. I get to learn from you. It's fantastic. All right, I'm going to run this through. This is going to get me 6 hearts, and then it's going to get me this little banner. Like I said, well, it went off the edge, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It's going to be hidden. Okay. This is always my biggest fear. See, this happened to me earlier too. Come here, little guy. All right. Let's see if we can put those somewhere where they won't fly away. All right. Oh, that little putty tip on my Take Your Pick tool is awesome for that. They're a little staticky. I kind of have a little bit of an attitude today. All right. Let me now do 2 more cuts here. Done with that, done with that. And let's get our stems. I'll put that way up here. Let me see if I can get this. When you cut these flowers, you know what? I can't get that all on one. That's all right. We can do this one real quick. On this crushed curry, you guys know I love to use my layers to the best of my ability, right? And so on this, I do want you to make sure you're getting those right there in the middle, because we're going to use that layer. All right. And this part, by the way, all of this is optional, but I really liked having a little decor on the inside. So that is why I'm adding that. All right. I do have one more bit of die cutting, and that's going to be on our little hamster. But we'll get to that here in a sec. Okay. Clean up my mess for a second. I'm going to bring in that pecan pie, and I'm going to go ahead and get my adhesive here on this piece, and we're going to add it. There's no right or wrong where you put it, but about like that. I am going to bring in now, this is a piece of basic white, and it is also 5.5. This one's a 1-inch piece. Now, if you're anything like me, you've got 1,000,001 1-inch pieces of basic white. I mean, I have so many scraps. So we're going to add that right there, and that's going to go right along with the sketch. These measurements are on the sketch, and then again, they are also in the download. But look at that, super nice. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and add adhesive. I'm going heavy on the adhesive for this piece because it is embossed. I find when things are embossed, you really want a lot of adhesive because there's not as much surface area for the adhesive to go. See if I can get it on there straight. Promise, only 1 cup of coffee today, but I'm working on 2. It's going to be one of those days. There we go. Okay, now we're going to set that aside. And, oh, you know what? We're not. This is what I'm going to do with these flowers and with the little shy shamrock that I cut. I went ahead and did it in advance. I hope you guys don't mind. But all I did was just glue that and glue those 3 flowers. Remember, we had the 3 little flowers. And then I stamped so it's there when you need it. And the reason we did that is because we have sending a big hug. And I'm going to put some adhesive there. Remember, I'm not at all worried about that because we're going to cover it with our little hamster. So are you ready? Let's do a little stamping with this guy. And
hey, Connie.
Yes.
Are these the colors from the color challenge this week?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so if you are not part of that email, I think Brenda's got a quick link she can share, and then you can get the weekly color challenge or color inspiration. It's really not a challenge, but if you struggle with color, this little weekly fun little tip, I think you're really going to like it. It just kind of gives you that inspiration that we just need sometimes. Guys, I'm going to color my hamster with Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to start with the dark. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color the inside of the ears with the dark. I'm going to get this nose. You can get the hands, although we're going to be covering the hands, but we'll do that. And we'll get the feet. Anyone else have hamsters growing up? I did. I remember when my hamster had babies, and that's when I discovered that mothers sometimes eat their young. And that was terrifying. Yeah, because that baby had gotten a little big. Anybody else? But yeah, I had many a hamster.
We had hamsters. My kids had hamsters. I didn't growing up, but we had hamsters. We had one that would get out of its cage, and then we'd spend hours searching for it. We had a cat. And they don't sleep at night, just,
Oh my gosh. And that wheel. Yeah. No, my dad finally hit this point that he'd make the hamster sleep in the garage. Now, it wasn't cold out there. We're not talking like in the winter time. But there were times, I just remember the hamster being out in the garage and the hamster got out. Oh my heavens. We found him. I think it was a her. All right, guys, you saw that I just colored the outlines of my hamster with the dark and then came in with the light. I'm going to zoom in because can you see? This is why I love blends. I mean, isn't it just so sweet? It's like instantly I got this amazing look. Okay, let's go ahead and die cut him real quick. So bring my machine back in. I'm trying to remember what my hamsters' names were. I think the first hamster may have been my sister's and not mine. But many a hamster. And
I
we
feel
hated
like
it.
every person I know who had a hamster has some sort of really traumatic story to go along with it. Either something bad happening to the hamster or the hamster biting them.
Oh my
I
gosh.
rarely hear somebody say, "Oh, I had a hamster and it was always such a lovely time."
No, I had a hamster that was very mean and would bite, and I didn't like that at all. Yeah, definitely this hamster. This is a sweet hamster, though. Look at her. She's a sweetheart. We don't have that problem with her. All right. Fresh set of Stampin' Dimensionals. Did you guys struggle that first time you got to pull one out of a brand new pack? All right, let's get a few Stampin' Dimensionals on here. And gosh, I hope I'm even going to have time to make the second card. I may just have to show you some tips on the second card. All right, we're going to add our sweet little hamster there. I'm going to bring in some multi-purpose glue. I'm going to bring in that putty tip because it was so awesome. I'm going to put just a couple tiny little dabs of glue, and she's going to hold some hearts. Come on. In her hands. Okay, now I'm curious if anyone else is saying they had a great experience with a hamster. All right, I'm going to put dots of glue there, there, and there because I have 4. Oh no, I have 5. How did I get 5? Are there 5 on there? I thought it was okay. All right, yeah, we'll do 5.
Hey, Connie.
Yes.
So far, I haven't seen one good comment.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
I got one. Libby said she had hamsters for pets in her kindergarten class, and the kids loved them.
Oh, okay. Well, that had
Maybe it's just living with a hamster doesn't end up well. But if you're just at class, then we're fine.
But didn't you have to send the hamster home like on the weekends with one of the kids? I don't think my girls ever had to do that. They never had to deal with the pet coming home for the weekend.
The
All
only
right.
class pets I remember were in like middle school, and it was my science class, so they were like snakes and snapping turtles.
Oh yeah, no.
I wasn't.
No, we're not doing
gonna
that.
take those home.
All right, guys, that's all there was to the card. So the tip is that this background piece you want to adhere your banner pieces on, trim it, and then adhere it to your card. And listen, you can decorate this and put whatever kind of focal image you want. But let's go ahead. We're going to do another quick card. Let's see how quick we can get through this one. So this is some gorgeous grape. And I've got 2 pieces of lemon lime twist. These are the 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to add 1 inside my card. And now we're going to do some stamping on this one. This is also an online exclusive, Playful Ghosts. When it comes to Halloween, I like kind of more cutesy Halloween versus like creepy Halloween. And so I thought these images were really fun. So I'm going to do this cute little Dracula guy. But I'm going to teach you just a fun little trick here. I've got a lemon lime twist ink pad. And, on that first card, I did embossing in the background, which I could do again. But I decided, let's do some stamping. I'm going to stamp Happy Halloween at an angle, okay? I know it's not straight, and I'm not too worried about it. Now, I'm going to come in between So that one will kind of come off a little bit. And yeah, I just love this look. All right, we're going to finish this real quick. Some of this, of course, will be covered, but I almost find it easier to go ahead and get all of it stamped to kind of help keep me in order. All right, that is great. We are going to take, we've got, remember last time we had the crushed curry. This time I've got some basic black and basic white. And I guess we'll go ahead and add this one. I'm not doing any layers from this. What is, okay. I'm going to take, goodness, I just got the goober strings going on there. All right, we're going to add this one. You just want to make sure you're coming off the ends. Did I do that right? I think I was going to go, no, I was going to go the other way. Well, you know what? We're going this way. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. You know what? This is going to drive me crazy. I got some ink here. I'm loving my glass mat. I know we talked about this on the last live. That's why I love my glass mat. It's so easy to get adhesive or ink cleaned up. So we're going to add our black here. Okay. And you know the drill. We are just going to trim this away. Let's see what you guys are up to. Never sent them home with the kids. All right. Oh, it just, the comment popped away just as I was looking at it.
She said she never sent them home with the kids, but she did have some traumatic experiences with every one of them. The stories I could tell.
Oh, no. That's just awful. All right. We're going to add this to the front of our card. Make sure your Happy Halloweens are going face up. And now I'm going to show you. I'm going to stamp really quick here. This is for the inside of the card. So this is a 3 3/4 by 5. And I've got the word trick or treat. And I just wanted to kind of decorate down the side here of the card. So now we'll say boo. Boo to you. Okay. That's going to go there on the inside. I've got 2 circles, a 2 3/8 and a 2 inch. And I'm going to stamp here on the basic white, our cute little Dracula, because, you know, Dracula should be cute. And for this one, I'm actually going to use some Stampin' Right markers. Thought that would be different. Here's my tip. I'm going to start with my lightest colors and get darker. So let's see. His face is going to be in Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can. By the way, I think the new markers from Stampin' Up! Color so much better than some of the old ones did. Let's see. I'm trying to find on my messy desk. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm going to bring this in just so I can remember what I did. I got a little bit of Lemon Lime Twist there. So yeah, I always like to start with my lightest color. Let's get the inside of the cape in some real red. And if you've got grandkids or you want to create some fun like treats or something for the kids this Halloween, this stamp set is so cute. Now we're going to come in with Gorgeous Grape. And I find, at least for me, and I kind of do the same thing with my blends, is I trace out the image of what needs to be colored in. That way I don't hit a line. And I gotta tell you, it has been so good just to be back stamping again. I just haven't been able to be in my stamp room as much with everything that's been going on. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me the way you did. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, if I seem a little scatterbrained, well, that's because I am. But yeah, it's just been a lot. Okay, last one, basic gray. I didn't want to go black. I wanted to go basic gray. And we'll color in the cape. You know, and oh, look, I just messed up. Oh, well. We're just going to say it's part of the cape, right? I don't know if I can cover that up with a butterfly. You guys know me. I'll cover anything with a butterfly. All right, there's that. Here's this little part of the cape. I probably should be using the finer tip. Oh, I did it. I did it. Okay, now we'll get this part. All right. All right. All right. All right, friends. This is so simple. We are going to adhere this off center. Okay, go off center of your circle. Back in with Stamp Dimensionals. Not on my finger, on the cardstock. Add about 4 of those. And I might run a little long today, guys, but I want to make sure I have time to show you the cards for next week. We're going to add him right there. I'm going to come back in with my Memento black ink and say trick or treat. And the last thing I wanted to do, oh, and you know what? I forgot it on this one. Let me do this real quick. I'm so sorry. The adhesive back swirl dots. Well, you know what? Let me just show you. Let me just show you. I added 3 swirl dots there. And these are the sparkle gems. And they had some in black. And they were just too perfect, right? I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see. Yeah. And then, of course, my little bit of stamping there on the inside. I love the lemon lime twist there on the inside. Kind of bursts out there, right? Okay. That will be the cards for today. Remember, there's a free download. Now I want to show you the cards we're going to do next week. So I wanted to show you guys, I mean, it's a simple trick, but sometimes we forget. So you know how I stamped all over this background just to give it something? Well, let me show you what I'm doing next week. I'm stamping all over the cardstock. I'm kind of making it look like I created my own designer series paper. It was very quick and easy to do, but I loved the look. So this one kind of more masculine card, masculine colors. Again, lots of stamping. You know, cardstock does not have to be boring. We can give it a little something. So we're going to create these cards next week. I hope that you'll tune in for that. And that is what I have for you today. Okay. Thanks for sticking with me. And, you know, my missing lemon lolly cardstock, it's probably around here somewhere. You guys know I'm always losing stuff on my desk. It's just, that's how I work. Friends, thank you all so much for being here today, being a part of the live, and those of you on the replay, I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the cards, you like those card sketch ideas, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. That always makes my day. I love knowing what you guys like. So those thumbs up really help me a lot. So thank you for that. And be sure to subscribe. It's a quick thing. Click the subscribe button, and we'd love to have you here on the channel. One more quick thing before I leave, because I want to make sure you guys know about this. Over on the Stampin' Up! Website, and remember those 2 stamp sets I used are not in the catalog, they're on the website. When you go over there, if you have noticed the Close to My Heart products, most of you probably have heard that Close to My Heart and Stampin' Up! Have kind of merged together. And you've seen those Close to My Heart products, but you weren't able to buy them unless you had a Close to My Heart account. Guess what? That's all out the window. Everyone can order those products. There is some beautiful paper beautiful paper. There are stamps, there are dies, there are all kinds of things. So a whole new world is opened up to you. Be sure to go over to the website and check that out. But now you no longer have to have have had a close to my heart account to order those products. So have fun with that. I know I'm going to. All right, my friends. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda, Christina. Thank you for being there and answering comments and jumping in. I really appreciate it. To all those hamster lovers, just know I love you. I just don't want another hamster. And with that, I'm going to close. Love you guys. Bye.